Chapter 12, Presentations, Possibilities, and Potential by Jim Stovall. I'm a firm believer that success in life is not as much a result of knowing all the answers, but instead of asking the right questions. Coach John Wooden encouraged me before undertaking any task, job, or presentation to ask myself one simple question. What would I do right now if I were amazing? Asking yourself this question before every phone call, meeting, confrontation, task, or presentation will revolutionize both your personal and your professional life. If you discover you are preparing to undertake a task that doesn't require you to be amazing or doesn't warrant that much effort, you may want to reconsider whether that particular task is worthy of your time and effort. In this book, we have offered a number of concepts, tips, and suggestions as to how you can be a better presenter in your life. Some people will become professional speakers, trainers, or presenters, while others will simply use their presentation skills as part of their regular routine. It would be hard to imagine the career path, job description, or family dynamic that did not require presentations. In our world here in the 21st century, we are all connected in new and dynamic ways. These connections create the reality that we may work with or have personal relationships with people we have yet to meet. There are people I have done business with for years whom I have never met in person. We evaluated one another, negotiated, and determined to form a business relationship, all based upon our presentations. In the presentation world, perception becomes reality. It doesn't matter how great you may be, people will judge your presentation. If you are one of the special individuals who has decided to take presentations beyond your personal and family life, and even beyond a tool in your career, and you have decided to become a professional speaker or presenter, I want to welcome you to an exciting and dynamic profession. I was not aware of the speaking profession as a career path until I stumbled into it. Then I learned that there are over 7,000 paid presentations every day. That was a staggering statistic 25 years ago when I entered the speaking profession, and while it still astounds me, I found it to be true. If you're going to be a professional speaker, you need to make a quality presentation about your speech and your topic. As a professional speaker or presenter, you will learn that you get paid for getting booked more than for giving the speech itself. You may be tempted to contact speakers bureaus, and while I would encourage you to do this, you cannot depend on speakers bureaus to book you until you've already had some success on your own. It's a bit like banks not wanting to loan you money until you really don't need it. I would encourage you to reach out to speakers and presenters you respect and review their promotional material and overall marketing presentation. I never like to take advice from someone who doesn't have what I want. Shortly after you declare your intent to become a professional speaker, you will find that there are countless individuals and organizations who want to charge you considerable sums of money to put together your promotional material, market your speeches, or promote your career in some way. You should be very cautious and skeptical, as many of these pitches are designed to separate you from your hard-earned money. When presenting yourself as a professional speaker, it is critical that you have a clear and concise topic or message that you offer to meeting planners, promoters, and event coordinators. These professionals are results-oriented. They will be judging what benefits will be derived by the people who hear your presentation that can be translated into successful results. Whenever possible, it is best to have someone presenting you as a speaker. I consider myself a very good marketer and salesperson. I feel comfortable sharing the positive benefits of almost any product or service, except for me and my speeches. Imagine yourself calling to inquire about booking a top-rated recording artist, actor, or other spotlight performer. You would not expect for them to answer the phone themselves and discuss the benefits of hiring them. For over 20 years, I have been privileged to have one of the best marketing directors in the speaking industry. Kelly Morrison is a true professional in our industry and a great presenter herself. She positions me perfectly with the people to whom I am going to be speaking so that we all know what to expect. An important part of the speaking and presenting business is known as the back of the room sales. This involves offering your books, videos, and other support material that build upon your message, either at the venue or at a later point in time. Beth Sharp is a great professional who works in our office. She handles all the calls and inquiries from people or organizations that want to find out about getting any of my 30 books, various movies, speaking videos, or other products. If you want to find out how good she is or learn more about our other resources that can help you with your presentation and beyond, just call Beth Sharp at 918-627-1000. For over 20 years, I have written a weekly syndicated column that appears in newspapers, magazines, and online publications around the world. If you would like to receive this column via email each week, just request it at jim@jimstovall.com. Occasionally, I write an article for a specific industry or professional publication. Recently, I wrote an article for meeting professionals and event planners in one of their industry publications. In this article, I called on my 20 years of experience on the road making speeches to countless types of groups. The article was entitled, "Help Me Help You," and informed professionals in the industry how they could help speakers like me to create more value for them and the people who attend their events when they hire me. I provided the 10 tips that follow in that article. You may want to use some of them or adapt the list for your presenting business. 1. Tell the speaker or presenter what it is you want to accomplish with your meeting or their time on stage, not what you want them to do. I have given well over 1,000 speeches to several million people throughout the years. Meeting professionals regularly tell me what they want me to do, but when I ask what they want to accomplish, there is often a better suggestion I can make born out of the countless experiences I have had over the years. You know your people and your organization, and I know my presentation and how to get the best results. Let's plan, coordinate, and cooperate. 2. I and every professional who will ever present to your organization or meeting should provide you with a pre-prepared quality introduction. If the master of ceremonies or whoever is doing the introduction wants to add comments, background info, or other specific details, they should do it before the prepared intro. Therefore, bringing the presenter onto the stage immediately after the standard introduction. This provides the context and the continuity we need to give you the results you want. 3. As a blind person myself, I always need a walkthrough on stage at the venue any time before the meeting. This allows me to orient myself and be ready to walk onto the stage independently. However, you should offer a similar opportunity and a sound check to every presenter you work with. 4. Tell your speaker or presenter what time you want them to end their presentation, not how long you want them to be on stage. Programs often run long or short, and a good speaker will get you back on schedule if you provide them with this simple information. 5. Always share with your speaker what will be preceding them on the agenda at your event and what will be following them. I have been introduced immediately after a moment of silence being observed for the passing of the founder of a corporation, and I have been introduced right after an exuberant celebration announcing an organization's meeting and exceeding their annual goal. I can deal with either circumstance, but they each require a different approach. 6. I'm willing to do virtually anything for a client between the time I arrive at the venue and the time I leave. However, casual meet and greet sessions before the event often take away from the wow factor you are paying for. 7. Update your speaker on any major corporate or association news that may occur right up until your speaker walks on stage. If there is new legislation, a labor strike, a merger, or a technological breakthrough that impacts your people, it should impact your speaker. 8. Make sure your presenter knows what speakers you had last week, last month, or last year, and how they were received. Great speakers know each other and can adjust accordingly. 9. Provide every speaker or presenter with emergency contact info and backup for the key people at your event. Get all the similar information from your presenter. You can't collaborate if you can't get hold of one another. And 10. Provide your speaker or presenter with evaluations and follow-up feedback. It will help them to help the next group they serve. Promoting yourself as a speaker, getting booked, and dealing with all the details surrounding the event are critical, but they are only the fundamentals that set the stage for your presentation. As my late great friend and mentor, Dr. Stephen Covey, often said, you've got to begin with the end in mind. The second you walk on stage, you leave all the promotional and prep work behind you and enter into the world of your presentation. Regardless of whether your message is emotional or academic, you want to make it transformational. You must be committed to the proposition that your audience will be different when you leave the stage than they were when you were introduced. Doing something memorable is a great way to hammer home your message so it will stay with your audience for a lifetime. Great stories, memorable quotes, poignant poems, and humorous stage antics are all tools that a great presenter can use to empower their message. Don't be afraid to tell your audience what you are going to tell them before you deliver your message. And don't be afraid to remind them what you told them when you end the presentation. Leave your audience with a connection. It needs to be some hook that will bring them back to the transformational time and place within your presentation. My hooks involve a signature story, several power quotes, an emotional poem, and my contact info. I want my live audiences, as well as you reading this book, to know that the end of this presentation is not the end of our relationship. Anytime you need help, encouragement, or direction, just reach out to me at jim@jimstovall.com. I'm serious about you succeeding, both in your personal and professional life, using your innate presentation skills and the tools and techniques in this book. Becoming a great professional speaker or presenter will bring you much fame and fortune. I believe any such benefit comes with a corresponding responsibility. For this reason, I made the commitment many years ago to make a free speech for everyone I get paid to do. Most of my pro bono presentations are done in my hometown, where you may find me in an elementary school, nursing home, or raising money for a nonprofit organization. As stated in an earlier chapter, life is about finding your gift and giving it away. Nowhere is this more true than in the world of speaking and presenting. I have had the privilege of sharing the stage with many of the great luminaries in the speaking profession. These gifted individuals have become my mentors and my friends. I would consider it an honor and a privilege to share the stage with you someday. I am looking forward to your success as a presenter, a professional, and a person. I have a special poem I use to close and punctuate my speeches. This poem shares a special message that I want to leave with my audiences, and now I want to leave that message with you. Hold on to your dreams and stand tall, even when those around you would force you to crawl. Hold on to your dreams as a race you must run, even when reality whispers you'll never be done. Hold on to your dreams and wait for the miracles to come, because on that magical day, your dreams and your reality will merge into one. We hope you enjoyed this audiobook. Consider exploring other books by Jim Stovall and Ray Hall, Ph.D., at soundwisdom.com, with bonus resources available at jimstovallbooks.com and audiobooks available at betterlifeaudio.com.